Now, if you're someone looking for a quick fix and you're not willing to learn and understand the reason why we do things, then just click off the video. You're a bit of a loser, to be honest, because you don't take any effort or mental energy to fix your problems. You're one of those instant gratification rats who just wants things done for you. But as we know, things take time, things take thought. So stick with me and I'll explain to you why you're not consistent. So the reason why you're struggling with consistency is because you're not using the right part of your brain. Now, we all know that there's one brain, but for analogy's sake, let's just tell ourselves that our brain is split into three little parts. So we have our big brain, and in our big brain we have three mini brains. And these three mini brains will be labelled the emotional brain, the feeling brain, and the logical brain. And these three brains come together and they influence the decisions that you're making on a day-to-day basis. Now, the emotional brain is always feeling, so I have to feel like doing something, or I don't feel like doing this. The animal brain is always focused on survival. It wants food, it wants water, it wants a sugary food, a fatty food, it wants sex, it wants to release, it wants to masturbate, those kind of things. And then you have the logical brain. This part of your brain, this mini brain, thinks off of the information it has. It assesses, quantifies, works things out, what would be the best decision to make. These are the three mini brains that you've got. Now, the reason that you're messing up with consistency and you can't stick with something is because you're letting your animal brain and your emotional brain make your decisions for you. Now, let me explain. When you sit into a car, in any car that you've got, there's always going to be one driver. Now, we have three options of drivers to choose from. We can choose the animal, the emotional, or the logical. I'll tell you an example from my life. 2 days ago, I sat there on my bed and I could not be bothered recording a YouTube video. It's because I took 3 days off, I lost my momentum, and I was just feeling like sitting there watching Netflix. I just couldn't be bothered to move. But then I realised, right, I've studied the brains, I've studied the mini brains. So what are each mini brain telling me? So my emotional brain was telling me, I don't feel like doing it. It's hard work, I can't be bothered. My animal brain was just telling me, it's okay, just lie down, rest, you need to recover, you need your body to heal. It wasn't even tired. And then the logical brain was telling me, you need to keep going, because every time you upload a video, that's how you attract a new audience, that's how you provide more value, that's how you're going to grow yourself and make a bigger impact. And now, if you break these three down, from my perspective, which brain should I be listening to? Which mini brain should I put into the driver's seat? Now, when I made this shift, and I started making decisions through the logical brain, my output has increased dramatically. Even with prayer sometimes, I feel like I can't be bothered praying, it's effort. That's the feeling brain coming in. Or the animal brain will tell me just to go downstairs and eat food. But the logical brain is the brain, the intellectual brain tells me, do the prayer. And the reason why you need consistency, and you need to develop this now, is because it will lock onto the winner effect. The winner effect is when you start building up little wins in your life through consistency that you can start to target bigger and bigger things. For example, if you want to become financially free and have a side hustle that's making you money, I guarantee you this now, if you cannot sit down to do your exams or do any meaningful work like read or journal or do that consistently, you probably won't have the consistency to do that and build yourself an empire and make yourself money. The same way, if you don't have the consistency to eat well and rest and train properly with a good plan, you probably won't have a six-pack. You'll still walk around fat, not with the body that you want, because you don't have that level of consistency. And now what happens is, as you build that level of consistency, your winner effect improves, and now you've got a good body. Now you can take on a new sport like martial arts. Now you've got the journaling, you've got the habits of reading, and now you can got the knowledge and the foundations to start a business. You see how it works? You can't do step 10 without completing step 1 to 9. Now, I'll give you a very easy way to find out the kind of people you want to stay away from in your life. They're the hedonistic people, and we are not like that. It's not hard to find the people who just think from the animalistic desires. They're the people that are always out there drinking, smoking, always just trying to let loose of their mind, follow their desires, and just constantly engage in things that throw away their morality. They have no sense of pride or sense of, responsibility. They just want to give everything away. And that was literally me at university. I had zero consistency, which meant I was constantly thinking from my animal brain. I just wanted to go out, find women, lose my brain just by smoking and drinking. That was it. My feeling brain. I didn't want to do work. I couldn't be bothered going to the gym. I didn't want to eat clean. And where did that leave me? It led me to poor mental health, depression, and literally the worst place I've ever been in. Whereas right now, I'm thinking from my logical brain. That is my driver. I've got a YouTube channel. My physique is probably the best it's ever been. I can fight. I'm making new friends pretty much every week. You see, there's a massive difference. My mental health is as good as it could ever be. I'm getting closer and closer to my religion. My belief is increasing. And it came from consistency, from a small thing, and you add it up and you build that winner effect. But this is the secret. You've got to think from your logical brain. And I'm going to give you a challenge. The next time you've got something that requires consistency that you need to be repeating, just sit there for a minute and ask yourself, what are the 3 voices that are speaking to me? And you will find clear as day when you practice this, you'll start to hear those voices. You'll hear the intellectual voice telling you most likely the right thing. You'll hear the feelings voice, most likely telling you you can't be bothered. And you hear the animal voice, which will just sometimes be telling you just to, go and fap, or just literally go and sleep and be lazy. But you get the most power when you start to listen to that logical brain and you create a habit of it. That's the way to consistency, and that is a secret to consistency that I don't see many people talk about. But I want you to try that. I want you to keep that in mind. And as always, my message, keep building, keep progressing, and I'll catch you in the next one.